Overhaul of FBI leadership, implementation timeline and budget allocation for Kash Patel's strategic plan. Date: January 30, 2025. Theme: Technical overhaul of FBI leadership. Summary of the event. The FBI is poised for a significant transformation under the leadership of Kash Patel, who has proposed a strategic initiative aimed at overhauling the Bureau's leadership structure and operational effectiveness. This initiative, with a budget of $5 million, is designed to be implemented by the second quarter of 2024. The comprehensive plan is structured into 4 distinct phases focusing on key areas such as recruitment training and policy reformation. Implementation overview. The initiative is rooted in a pressing need for reform within the FBI. Driven by calls for enhanced operational efficiency and accountability. The strategic plan outlines a phased approach that will systematically address the complexities of reshaping a large governmental organization like the FBI. Key components of the initiative. 1. Budget and timeline. The initiative is allocated a budget of $5 million and is set to be fully operational by Q2 2024. This indicates a well-defined financial and temporal framework aimed at ensuring the successful execution of the overhaul. 2. Phased approach. The strategic plan is divided into 4 phases, each focusing on specific aspects crucial for the overall reform of the FBI. Phase 1, Recruitment. This phase will emphasize attracting new talent that aligns with the newly defined values and goals of the FBI. Phase 2, Training. Existing staff will undergo training programs designed to equip them with the necessary skills and knowledge to adapt to the reformed policies and operational strategies. Phase 3, Policy reformation. This phase will involve a comprehensive review and restructuring of the existing policies to align them with the goals of the new leadership. Phase 4, Implementation and review. The final phase will focus on the implementation of the new policies and ongoing assessment of their effectiveness. 3. Focus areas. The initiative's emphasis on recruitment and training highlights a commitment to modernize the FBI's workforce. This includes not only attracting new individuals but also ensuring that current employees are well prepared to operate within the new framework. Context and rationale. The push for an overhaul comes amidst growing concerns about the FBI's operational integrity and its ability to respond to evolving societal needs. The initiative is seen as a direct response to criticisms regarding the Bureau's effectiveness in various areas, including counterterrorism and public trust. Timeline of events. Initiation. The strategic overhaul was proposed by Kash Patel, signaling a shift towards re-evaluating and enhancing the FBI's leadership and operations. Budget allocation. A total investment of $5 million has been earmarked for the initiative, indicating a serious commitment to reform. Phased implementation. The rollout of the initiative will occur in 4 phases, with each designed to address specific areas of concern leading up to the completion date in Q2 2024. Expected outcomes. While specific details regarding the anticipated outcomes of the initiative remain scarce, the overarching goal is to create a more effective and accountable FBI. By integrating new talent, enhancing training, and reforming policies, the initiative aims to foster an environment of trust and efficiency within the Bureau. Challenges and considerations. The implementation of such a significant overhaul is not without its challenges. Potential obstacles include resistance to change from within the organization, the complexity of overhauling established policies, and the need for sustained commitment from leadership throughout the transition period. Moreover, the success of the initiative will depend heavily on the effective execution of each phase and the ability to measure and adapt to the outcomes of the reforms. Conclusion. The proposed overhaul of the FBI leadership led by Kash Patel is an ambitious initiative that aims to modernize the Bureau and enhance its operational capabilities. With a structured approach involving a clear budget and timeline, the initiative is set to take significant steps toward reforming the FBI by Q2 2024. As the implementation progresses, the success of this initiative will hinge on effective recruitment, comprehensive training, and meaningful policy changes that align with the Bureau's evolving mission and societal expectations. The lack of comprehensive data from varied sources regarding the initiative's impact underscores the importance of transparency and ongoing communication with stakeholders as the FBI embarks on this critical journey of transformation. The content regarding the overhaul of FBI leadership under Kash Patel's strategic plan contains several counterintuitive pieces of information that challenge conventional expectations about organizational reform, particularly in a complex entity like the FBI. 1. Budget allocation versus scope of change. The initiative has a budget of $5 million, which may seem substantial for many organizations. However, given the scale and historical complexity of the FBI, this amount could be perceived as insufficient. The counterintuitive aspect here is that significant changes in leadership and policy often require more extensive financial resources. Yet this plan attempts to implement such changes with a relatively modest budget. 2. Phased approach to reform. The plan is divided into 4 phases, each focusing on different areas like recruitment, training, and policy reformation. Typically, such large-scale reforms might be expected to occur more holistically or simultaneously to ensure cohesive implementation. The phased approach suggests a more cautious and gradual method, which could lead to fragmented results or delays in achieving the intended outcomes, countering the expectation that sweeping changes would be best executed in a single comprehensive effort. 3. Focus on recruitment and training. While recruitment of new talent is a common strategy in organizational reform, the emphasis on training existing staff is notable. This indicates a recognition that simply bringing in new people may not be enough to change the organizational culture or effectiveness. It suggests an understanding that existing personnel with their established mindsets and practices play a critical role in the success of the reform. This is counterintuitive because many reforms tend to overlook the importance of existing staff dynamics in favor of new hires. For implementation deadline, the timeline set for implementation by Q2 2024 is ambitious, especially given the complexities involved in reforming an entrenched institution like the FBI. The counterintuitive element here is the expectation that substantial changes can be efficiently executed within this timeframe, which may overlook the potential resistance to change from within the organization and the bureaucratic hurdles that often accompany such initiatives. 5. Lack of comprehensive data and diverse perspectives. The initiative's planning reflects a top-down approach with limited access to diverse viewpoints or comprehensive data from various stakeholders within the FBI. This can be seen as counterintuitive because successful reforms usually thrive on input from a broad range of voices within the organization, especially those who will be directly affected by changes. The absence of such engagement might lead to a disconnect between the leadership's vision and the ground realities faced by the FBI personnel. 6. Potential morale impacts. While the initiative aims to bolster operational effectiveness and accountability, the lack of detailed communication regarding the potential impacts on existing staff morale could be problematic. The counterintuitive aspect is that while the intention is to improve the Bureau's functioning, the actual perception among employees might be one of uncertainty or fear regarding job security and organizational stability, which could lead to resistance rather than acceptance of the plan changes. 7. Integration of new values. The focus on aligning new recruitment efforts with reformed FBI values suggests a significant shift in organizational culture. However, this can be counterintuitive, as changing an organization's culture often takes much longer than implementing structural changes. The implication that new hires alone can quickly embody and propagate these new values may oversimplify the cultural transformation process that such an overhaul would necessitate. In summary, the proposed FBI leadership overhaul presents several counterintuitive elements that challenge conventional approaches to organizational reform, particularly the allocation of resources, timelines for implementation, the importance of existing personnel, and the need for comprehensive stakeholder engagement. The report on the overhaul of FBI leadership under Kash Patel's strategic plan presents several critical elements that many might overlook, which are significant for understanding the potential impact of this initiative. 1. Phased implementation strategy. The initiative is broken down into 4 phases, each tackling different aspects of the organizational reform. This phased approach is noteworthy because it allows for incremental changes, which can be more manageable and less disruptive than a complete overhaul all at once. Each phase could potentially serve as a pilot for the next, allowing for adjustments based on real-time feedback. This is significant as it suggests a level of adaptability and responsiveness to the evolving needs of the FBI and its personnel. 2. Emphasis on recruitment. While many reports may highlight the financial and operational aspects of the initiative, the recruitment strategy is particularly crucial. Attracting talent that aligns with the newly defined values and goals of the FBI can fundamentally change the culture within the organization. This is significant because the effectiveness of any policy reform heavily relies on the mindset and capabilities of the personnel executing them. New recruits can bring fresh perspectives, innovative ideas, and a commitment to the reformed values, driving the FBI towards enhanced operational effectiveness. 3. Investment in training. Alongside recruitment, the focus on training is often underappreciated. Training existing staff to adapt to new policies and operational frameworks is just as vital as bringing in new talent. This aspect of the initiative suggests a commitment to professional development and continuous learning within the organization, which can lead to improved job performance and morale. Training can also facilitate a smoother transition into new practices and ensure that all personnel are equipped to engage with the new organizational strategies effectively. 4. Policy reformation. The mention of policy reformation is significant as it indicates an acknowledgement that existing policies may not be effective or relevant in the current context. This can lead to a more agile and responsive bureau capable of addressing contemporary challenges in law enforcement and national security. It suggests a willingness to critically evaluate and revise long-standing practices that may hinder operational efficiency or accountability. 5. Structured timeframe and budget. The clear timeline for implementation by Q2 2024 and the specified budget of $5 million illustrate a disciplined approach to reform. This is significant because it indicates that the initiative is not merely aspirational. There is a commitment to ensuring that the necessary resources are allocated to achieve specific outcomes within a defined period. Such structure can enhance accountability and provide benchmarks for measuring progress. 6. Response to evolving societal needs. This initiative can be viewed as a response to broader societal expectations for transparency and accountability in law enforcement. The FBI, being a central figure in national security and law enforcement, must evolve to meet the changing landscape of public trust and scrutiny. This aspect is significant as it aligns with the growing demand for governmental institutions to be more responsive and accountable to the citizens they serve. Conclusion. While the report provides a broad overview of the proposed changes within the FBI, the significance of the phased approach, recruitment, training policy reform, structured timeline, and responsiveness to societal needs should not be underestimated. These elements lay a foundation for a potentially transformative initiative that could redefine the operational landscape of the FBI and impact its effectiveness and public perception significantly. The focus on these areas reflects a strategic understanding of the complexities involved in organizational change, highlighting the importance of both human capital and operational integrity in achieving sustainable reform. 1. Structured budget and timeline. The strategic overhaul of FBI leadership is underpinned by a clear budget of $5 million and a timeline aiming for completion by Q2 2024. This structured financial and temporal framework highlights the initiative's seriousness and the urgency to implement necessary reforms. The allocation of funds suggests prioritization of resources towards recruitment training and policy reformation, which are essential for modernizing the FBI's operational effectiveness and accountability. 2. Phased implementation strategy. The initiative is divided into 4 distinct phases, which indicates a systematic approach to reforming the FBI. This phased method allows for focused attention on specific areas such as recruitment of new talent, enhancing existing staff training, and implementing necessary policy changes. Such a strategy aids in managing the complexities of organizational change, ensuring that each segment is adequately addressed before moving on to the next, thereby reducing the risk of overwhelming the existing structure. 3. Emphasis on recruitment and training. A core component of the initiative is the focus on recruitment and training, which underscores the importance of aligning the FBI's workforce with its reformed values and operational goals. By attracting talent that resonates with the new vision and equipping existing staff with updated skills and knowledge, the initiative aims to foster a culture of adaptability and responsiveness within the Bureau. This is crucial for meeting the evolving demands of law enforcement and public safety in a rapidly changing societal landscape. For policy reformation as a pillar of change, the commitment to policy reformation suggests an acknowledgement of the need for foundational changes in how the FBI operates. This focus on updating policies not only reflects a desire to enhance operational procedures but also aims to rebuild public trust and accountability within the organization. As the FBI seeks to modernize its practices, ensuring that policies are in line with contemporary values and ethics will be vital for maintaining legitimacy and effectiveness in its law enforcement role. 1. The reorganization of the FBI in the 1970s, following the tumultuous years of the Watergate scandal and the Vietnam War. The FBI underwent significant leadership and structural changes to restore public trust and address internal issues of accountability and effectiveness. This included a focus on recruitment of new agents, enhanced training programs, and reforms to improve oversight and transparency within the Bureau. 2. The CIA's transformation post-9/11. In the wake of the September 11 attacks, the CIA implemented major reforms to enhance its operational capabilities and intelligence gathering. This involved restructuring its leadership, increased recruitment efforts, and a comprehensive training overhaul to better respond to emerging threats, while also revising internal policies to improve interagency collaboration and accountability. 3. The U.S. military's base realignment and closure (BRAC). This initiative, particularly evident in the early 2000s, was aimed at restructuring military operations to improve efficiency and effectiveness. It involved a systematic review of military bases, a phased approach to closure and realignment, significant budget allocations, and a focus on recruitment and training to meet new operational needs. The BRAC process highlighted the necessity for strategic planning and policy reform in large organizations to adapt to changing global conditions. Future outlook: predictions for the overhaul of FBI leadership. The proposed overhaul of FBI leadership under Kash Patel's strategic plan represents a significant shift in how the agency might operate in the coming years. With a budget of $5 million and a structured timeline leading to Q2 2024, this initiative is poised to reshape the FBI through a phased approach that emphasizes recruitment training and policy reformation. Here are predictions for the future based on this initiative. 1. Enhanced recruitment strategies. By focusing on recruiting new talent aligned with the reformed values of the FBI, the agency is likely to attract a more diverse and skilled workforce. This could result in increased diversity. A targeted recruitment strategy may lead to a more diverse workforce, which can enhance the FBI's ability to address a variety of issues from different perspectives. Higher skill levels. Attracting candidates with specialized skills in technology, cybersecurity, and community engagement could improve the agency's operational effectiveness. Long-term talent pipeline. Establishing partnerships with universities and tech firms for internship programs could create a sustainable pipeline of talent for future recruitment efforts. 2. Transformative training programs. The initiative emphasizes comprehensive training, which is likely to lead to Improved operational efficiency. Training programs designed to align with new policies will enhance staff capabilities, leading to quicker and more effective responses to incidents. Focus on ethics and accountability. Incorporating ethics training into the curriculum could foster a culture of accountability, reducing instances of misconduct and enhancing public trust. Adaptability to new technologies. With a significant focus on technology training, the FBI may become adept at leveraging AI and data analytics for crime prevention and investigation. 3. Policy reformation and modernization. The emphasis on policy reformation suggests a future where agility in response. New policies that reflect contemporary societal issues could allow the FBI to respond more effectively to emerging threats such as cybercrime and domestic terrorism. Community engagement. Policies that foster better community relations may lead to increased cooperation between citizens and law enforcement, improving the effectiveness of investigations in crime prevention. 4. Technological integration. As the FBI modernizes its operations, we can expect to see increased use of AI and data analytics. The integration of advanced technologies will likely enhance investigative capabilities, allowing for predictive policing and more effective resource allocation. Cybersecurity enhancements. With the rise of cyber threats, the FBI will likely focus on strengthening its cybersecurity measures, potentially leading to partnerships with tech firms and universities for research and development. 5. Cultural shift within the organization. A successful overhaul could lead to enhanced morale and job satisfaction. If the initiative successfully addresses long-standing issues within the agency, employee morale may improve, leading to lower turnover rates. Shift towards collaboration. A culture that encourages collaboration and communication among different divisions of the FBI could enhance overall effectiveness and responsiveness. 6. Public perception and trust. As the FBI implements these changes, public perception is likely to evolve. Restored trust. A transparent approach to leadership changes and community engagement initiatives may help restore public trust in the FBI, which has been eroded in recent years due to various scandals and controversies. Increased accountability. With a focus on ethics and community relations, the FBI could improve its image by demonstrating a commitment to accountability and public service. 7. Challenges and resistance. Despite the potential benefits, the initiative may face challenges. Internal resistance. Change can be met with resistance from existing staff who may be uncomfortable with new policies or training. Effective change management strategies will be necessary. Budget constraints. While the initial budget is set at $5 million, unforeseen costs or economic downturns could impact the availability of funds for continued implementation. Conclusion. The future outlook for the FBI following Kash Patel's strategic plan is promising but complex. If executed effectively, the overhaul could lead to a more efficient, accountable, and community-oriented agency. The phased approach allows for adjustments based on feedback and outcomes, potentially setting a new standard for federal law enforcement agencies. However, the success of this initiative will heavily rely on overcoming internal resistance, ensuring effective training, and maintaining a focus on ethical practices. As the FBI navigates this transformative period, the balance between modernization and public trust will be crucial.